Hey everybody, this is KTR from speakerfocus.com. This is a message to all the people that have dreams of being a high fee speaker. You know, I'm at the pond. I'm just down here looking at the ducks and the geese and the turtles, and it's even a beaver in there now. So I'm out here being one with nature. And you know, a lot of times when you are outside, it just makes your imagination run wild. You start thinking about all the things that you want to attract in your life. And the universe is really a blessing because it starts opening up whatever you have on your mind. It literally starts opening up and attracting those things into your life. So imagine if you were a high fee speaker, like all of those of you out there who are thinking about the speaking industry. You're thinking about what it takes to really make it in the speaking industry. And the reason why I have a message for you today is because there's so many people that I speak to on a day-to-day basis, and they're just giving up. Like, people are just beat down, not just because of the pandemic. The pandemic in a lot of ways just made a lot of stuff worse, but like, you know, we don't even really need to have that conversation anymore about what we need to be doing, whether or not you think the pandemic is over or it's not. It really doesn't matter. It really starts with what you're thinking in your mind. And there's so many people that are thinking things in their mind that they are letting things rob their dream. It's your imagination is dull. Like, your imagination is not alive and awake and well. Listen to all the ducks over there. They're over there racing. Oh, I love it. I love it when they start flying. Look, when they take off like that and they come in for the landing. Oh, it's the coolest thing in the world. See, when you're connected with nature, you are connected with the imagination of the universe, and your imagination, whatever you have on your mind, whatever it is you can think, whatever you're capable of thinking. Think about what I just said. Whatever you're capable of thinking, that's your imagination. You know how they say let your imagination run wild? You got to let your imagination just get so far out there that, hey, shut that damn noise up. I'm doing a video. You got to let your imagination run so wild that it freaks you out. It scares you. That's how you know you're dreaming. It's okay to dream. It's okay to think. But many of you just have flat out given up. You've let so many excuses in your set of circumstances because you've had setbacks or deaths in the family or lost a job, or you've in and out of relationships, and you're trying to find your way through the pandemic, and you're trying to find your way and get back on your feet. A lot of people have gone out of business because of the pandemic. You've had to change your business model. You weren't prepared like we were at speakerfocus.com to really make a change and go online and really earn the income that you wanted. I've been there before. I've done that. It's okay if you're depressed. It's okay if you're a little down. It's okay if your shit is not popping the way you want to. Don't, you know, but you have got to stay in the game. And what allows you to do that is imagination. So this is a message to all the high fee speakers out there. Imagine if you lived in a world where you had the proper messaging that would directly connect with a meeting planner who had a budget that wanted to hire you at the $5,000+ USD level. Imagine a world that you could live in where you would have the sales tools, and those sales tools and the marketing collateral would literally do all the talking for you. Imagine if you were speaking less and earning more. Imagine if you actually ran this thing as a real business. Most speakers aren't really good entrepreneurs, and that's why they ask to sitting home with an empty calendar with no bookings in sight, because they really don't take it serious. They don't get themselves involved in some entrepreneurial training. This is why I always have positive words and support to share with people on our platform at speakerfocus.com. The students need to up their skill set of being an entrepreneur. See, if you got big problems, you need to develop more skill so those problems start becoming very, very minimum. There's not a problem that I've ever had in my life that I didn't figure it out eventually. I might have not had the answer for it at that time, but the older you get and the more skills you develop, watch this, the quicker you're able to resolve the problem that you're going through. So you got to be solution-based with your imagination. I am successful. I think about ways in order to achieve greater heights of success every single day. So again, Let your imagination run wild. First, you got to be free before it runs wild. Many of you are not free. You are trapped. Many of you are in emotional jail. You are in a trap. You're trapped inside of a place that you can't get out of because your imagination can't run wild, because you can't be free because you're trapped. You got to break out. And now's the time to be able to do it. A lot of people say the economy is tanking right now, but yet people with money are able to buy up undervalued assets, and they're able to even make more money. See, anytime the market goes down, stock market, economy, real estate, what have you, it's always opportunity for those that have money, that have revenue, and you can capitalize on even more opportunity when you make more revenue. So remember, imagine a world where you had the right messaging, you had the right kind of sales tools that did all the talking for you. You actually were a skilled entrepreneur that understood how to post the right things on their social media that actually add value. Imagine if you actually knew how to create content that teaches, transfers knowledge, helps your audience, a specific target audience, achieve their desired outcomes and all of their learning objectives. Imagine if you actually knew how to do that. Imagine if you were a real professional speaker, someone who was a specialist, subject matter expert, leading authority, and trusted advisor. Imagine if you stopped calling yourself a motivational speaker or inspirational speaker that really didn't know how to provide value. Imagine if you actually understood the meeting planner like a professional speaker. Imagine what your mindset would be like. Imagine what would happen to your income. See, before you make income, you got to have some strong input of knowledge. You've got to work on yourself. You got to keep studying. You've got to become better every single day. Also, imagine if you were in a world where you understood digital marketing, if you understood lead generation. Imagine if you stopped telling yourself, oh, I got to find new business. You don't really find new business. New business finds you, because you are very skilled at attracting, drawing them in like a magnet. See, you see what that is? Drawing the conference coordinator or the target buyer in like a magnet. Now you are attracting business to your brand. Imagine if you knew how to construct a proper speaker brand that had massive tons of value. Imagine if you actually knew how to do that. Imagine if you had all of the outreach templates, sales scripts. Imagine if you knew how to manage a sales cycle. You knew how to have the proper pricing conversation. Imagine if you were getting paid what you were worth. Imagine if you stopped being so negative. Imagine if you cut loose those friends who are really holding you back. Imagine if you stopped all of the negative thinking, all of this mental patterning. Imagine if you started mind mapping in such a way and you created a blueprint for yourself that would take you to heights that you could not begin to imagine. It all starts with the way you think. And many of you, sadly, right now, you're hurt. You are broken. Like you've just given up. Even if a great opportunity was to present itself to you right in your face, many of you are so broken that you wouldn't recognize the opportunity, even if it jumped up and bit you on your ass, because you're so down and your imagination is not being sparked. You're not innovating. You're not creating new ideas because you've just been down for so long that you forgot how to. But believe me when I tell you, I've been in that dark place before. All you got to do is hold on to a little piece of light, and that little bit of light is internal. You got to understand that you were uniquely and specifically wired to do something great with your life. Sadly, a lot of you don't understand what your purpose is. You don't understand what your assignment is. So you don't understand what kind of activity needs to be happening so you can really live a life that's fulfilling. Imagine if you just took the time to focus in on you and stop focusing in on everything else and having conversations that really don't matter. A lot of you are focusing on all the wrong shit. And that's the reason why you can't elevate to a whole nother plateau and get your speaker business off the ground. I just wanted to share those thoughts with you, because when you keep your mindset fresh with new ideas and you keep forcing execution and you're up for the challenges every single day, it will allow you to grow. And now you become a master at solving problems. Imagine that.